Right, before we jump into the video you're here to watch, just a quick heads up. The Eagerman's May Lifestyle Optimization Supplement is going to be launching very soon. Okay, I have specifically designed this supplement for men who want to improve their performance and optimize their lifestyle, whether that's in the gym through, strength, muscle recovery, or quality sleep at night, or at work, especially if you do long hours like me, where you need sustained energy and focus, or just generally in your life where you can use this supplement to naturally elevate your testosterone. It will include premium and ingredients like ashwagandha, shilajit, many more. Okay, the sort of stuff I'm taking separately at the moment, and so I've decided to put it all into just one clean formula that will pretty much target every area of your life. So I'm super excited, and if this is the sort of stuff you're into optimizing your lifestyle or your performance, I think you will gain a lot of value from this supplement, so from this particular product. So head over to www.theeagermans.com. I'll leave a link below in the description, and sign up to the pop-up you'll get on the screen after about 5 seconds, okay? So that way you are one of the very first ones to receive a notification once the product is officially live. Now, back to the video you're here to watch. Right then, welcome to the Eagermans. I checked out a podcasting studio earlier in Canary Wharf, alright, and fucking fell in love with it. It's on the 22nd floor of a massive building. The view in the background is just phenomenal, and they give you everything, right? Professional mics, professional cameras, seating, very professional, very clean. And the plan now is to start doing podcasts with a bunch of professionals, okay? So people who own gyms, who are personal trainers, nutritionists, leaders, a bunch of people that are doing extraordinary things in their ordinary life, okay, whom we can learn from. Okay, I feel like podcasting is going to be a great form of content for this brand, for this channel. It's going to enable me to create a lot of raw and relatable content, okay, content packed with a bunch of value. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be filming my very first, well, not my first, I've done podcasts in the past before, but they were out in the park and stuff, right? They weren't really in a professional studio, but I'm now going to be filming my very first professional podcast in a studio next week Sunday, so it's going to be out on YouTube in about 8 to 10 days. All right, looking forward to that. But anyway, in today's video I want to talk about why work-life balance is a scam and why I don't believe in it. All right, now let me make something very clear. This video is made for people who are ambitious, people who want to become exceptional at something in their life, okay? People who want to grow, people who want to either climb the corporate ladder and get to the top, or people who are growing their businesses and becoming entrepreneurs, okay? I'm saying this because if this video ends up doing really well on YouTube, then I might end up receiving a lot of backlash from people who have no intention of getting to the top in life, right? People who are completely okay with where they are in life. And look, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, all right? You can choose to have a balanced life. You can choose to not become the best at something and remain mediocre. That's fine. It has its own consequences, but that's a topic for another day. Now, the reason why I think that work-life balance is a scam is because it literally scams you from becoming successful. Okay, imagine a 20-year-old young man out in the corporate world who gets told that work-life balance is super important. What is he going to think? He's obviously going to draw a very clear distinction between his job and his personal life, as if his job is just there to pay his bills and all the fun happens in his personal life. The notion of work-life balance forces you to draw that clear line between your personal life and your corporate life, which I feel like it's toxic to some degree. It's very toxic, because we should be focusing more on integrating the two as opposed to disintegrating them. And what this idea of work-life balance suggests is basically is that you need to distribute your time and your energy equally between your corporate life, your corporate job, or your business and your personal life, right? And if you end up falling down that rabbit hole, then you won't end up becoming successful at either of those. Why? Because in order for you to become exceptionally good at something, you have to devote a ridiculous amount of time and energy to it. You wake up with 24 hours in a day, right, every day, and a limited energy tank, right? Now, you can either choose to distribute your energy towards 5 different things or just 1 or 2 things. And the price you pay for both of them is different. Okay, like one is going to allow you to focus on 5 different things but keep you mediocre at them, whereas the other is going to make you exceptionally good at those 1 or 2 things that you pick, but then you'll have to make sacrifices on other areas of your life. Okay, for example, let's say there are 5 things that matter to you the most, okay, or let's say 5 things that you want to equally distribute your time and your energy towards. Okay, that's your job or your business, whatever it is whatever it is that puts food on your plate, right? Your family, right? Spending time with them, socializing, right? Going out to the pub every Friday evening or whatever, or on your days off. So job, family, socializing, entertainment, right? Watching Netflix or whatever, and going to the gym. Okay, so working on your fitness. Now, if you have limited energy on a daily basis and you choose to distribute your energy equally amongst these 5 things, then you're basically devoting 20% of your energy to each of these 5 things. Okay, what that means is that you're not going to be exceptionally good at any of them, right? You're going to be mediocre at them. Okay, now that's like watering 5 different plants with just a few drops, okay, and then expecting them to flourish. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You're better off picking 1 or 2 things and then giving it your all, because that way you're going to see results in the long term, right? You're going to be exceptionally good at them. In my previous video, I spoke about how I spoke about the idea of competition. Okay, so if you're moving at 10 units per month, but your competitor is moving at 1 unit, you're going to get to 30 units in 3 months, whereas it's going to take your competitor 2.5 years. Okay, so there's an element of speed, but there's also an element of choosing 1 or 2 things to focus on, as opposed to spreading yourself too thin amongst multiple things. Okay, because it's just going to distort your focus. And going back to the idea of how it's toxic, look, work-life balance makes you create a clear line between your job and your personal life. Okay, what's the need for that? Can you not integrate the two? Can you not say, okay, I'm going to operate in a way where my work life is fueling my personal life and my personal life is enhancing my work life? That's much more healthier for the long term, as opposed to saying, okay, you know what, I'm just growing this business or going to my fucking work for the sake of going and to pay my bills, and then all the fun and all the good things happen outside of that in my personal life. I just think it's very toxic. I think it's very, very toxic. And like the idea of work-life balance exists. Yes, it's true, but it's not for everybody, and especially not for those that want to achieve significant results in their life. Okay, like for example, it's the notion of work-life balance is not really in congruence with my the objective of my life, which is to become incredibly successful at just 1 or 2 things. Okay, whether that's the Eagerman's or my personal job. If you're struggling to integrate the two, okay, then it probably means that you're not happy with your job. There's something wrong there, you know. And there's 3 boxes that I believe you need to tick when it comes to being in a happy job, which is the box of passion, competence, and opportunities. Okay, you need to find something that you enjoy doing, something that you are passionate towards. Okay, if you have a passion for being around people, you're a social butterfly, but then you're stuck in a cubicle picking up calls in a call center or whatever, it's time for you to change your industry. Okay, you might want to consider joining an industry like hospitality, because that's when you're constantly exposed to people and you're interacting with them, right? You're going to be more passionate for that. Another reason why you probably don't like your job is because you're probably not competent at it. Okay, so one of my biggest fears is being perceived as an incompetent person. So I will do whatever the fuck it takes to become competent. Okay, whether that's in my personal job, okay, which is in hospitality, I'm a hotel duty manager, or while sitting in front of this camera. My task is to get constantly good at whatever it is that I'm doing. If I'm not good at what I'm doing and people can feel that, I feel shit. I feel horrible. I can't go to sleep, you know. And the other thing you need to focus on is opportunities. Okay, the reason why I love my job and I love sitting in front of this camera and talking is because there's potential for growth. Okay, the Eagermans can, if I stay consistent like this, the Eagermans can grow to a huge level in the next few months. All right, and I love my job because there's a clear-cut path for success. I know exactly what I have to do to get to the next stage. I feel like I've waffled a bit in this video. I don't know why. It wasn't structured that well, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up and fuck off. But the point I'm trying to make is, look, if you're an ambitious young man, all right, forget about work-life balance. All right, you need to make sacrifices. You need to pick one thing, put your head down, and fucking shoot. Just aim at that thing and go for it. All right. And yes, it won't be pleasant. Yes, it will require you to make sacrifices in other areas of your life. Right. You won't be able to socialize as much. Go out on your days off. Watch that football game. Go out on a Friday evening for a few pints. As much as I would love to do these things, I can't at the moment. All right. Because I would rather just come home and fucking focus on growing the Eagermans. All right. So that's that. And I'll see you in the next one.